Page 74, lightly row. This piece is in a lot of method books. This is a different arrangement. The melody's in the left hand for the most part. The right hand doesn't get the melody to the last line. So let's look it over. 4 lines long, treble and bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G major. You know what to do with the G major scale by now, I hope. 4/4 time, and we got quarter notes, half notes, whole notes. We can handle all that. To shorten the video, I'm going to kind of take both hands at the same time because the right hand, it just has the chords. So you're in G position still, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just play the G chord, the D7 chord. Not a big deal, I hope. You can do this. That's fine. Let's go down to the last line. Now we switch it. Now the right hand has the melody and the left hand has the chords. And that last note, the left hand, LH, left hand crosses over the right and plays the high G up here. You need to memorize that note. If you don't know what it is, it's the G, it's up here. If we want to go higher than that, we got to add ledger lines. So it's a G. So you just 1, 2, and beat 2, you lift up and come across. So you got these notes down at the end. Once you're satisfied with the notes and the rhythms, no hesitations, then you can try the articulation. We're lift up. If that sounds like the phrasing for you, that's fine. Another way of phrasing it is maybe you combine the first 2 measures together. Up. What is the musical thought? Well, maybe it's the whole line. Maybe I want to combine that whole, maybe that whole thing is one sentence. See, there's different ways of interpreting the music. And to you, what makes sense as to what the musical thought is. I don't like short phrases. I find that choppy, but sometimes it works. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and do it the way they're written. The slurs written, the phrasing. But if I were doing it myself, I would be experimenting it, and I would probably play it different every time I played it, because it depends on how I feel it. With the right hand, you have the staccatos. You're on the key, and you're just bouncing off, or at the wrist. Boom. Each time. Now, caution you at the last measure. That note chord in the left hand, that's not staccato. You hold that down a full count. 1, 2, 3. It's not. No, it's not staccato. As far as the dynamics goes, again, they give you 2. I wish they wouldn't do that. The MF at the beginning under the bottom staff belongs between the staffs, and you don't need the MP, because the dynamic applies to the melody wherever it's at, and everything else is in the background, and that's the way it should be. Then in the 3rd line down, in the 3rd measure, they give you an F for forte. And now they put it between the staffs. You know, because nothing's changed, they could have put the F underneath, according to what they're doing. But it belongs between the staffs because that's where the dynamics go, and it applies to the melody. And then in the last line, you get the MF, but you don't need that MP down there because the melody is moderately loud and everything else is in the background. Now in the last measure, the whole note is moderately loud, MF, mezzo forte, everything else is in the background. So this is soft and that's soft. Because all the time I'm doing this, I want to hear that note. That's the melody. Yeah. That's the way the dynamics are supposed to work. As far as the speed goes on Dante, it's just a nice casual stroll. It's not slow, it's just a... whatever you feel as casual stroll is. And don't forget the natural accents. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. They help helps you, drop the wrist on the natural accent. But feel them, don't force them. They've added pedal at the bottom. I disagree with that because if I use pedal, it's going to release the overtones. So the last two measures would sound like. And you get all these overtones. I don't want to add overtones at the end. I want to die away at the end. So I would encourage you not to use pedal on this at all. Let's play it together slowly and double check all the notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to play both hands about the same. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. Two, 3, 4, off.